Hi, welcome to another mini kit Monday. This is layout number 2 for me, and it's titled Aloha Mia. Do you want a cookie? Actually, it doesn't have the do part, so it's just you want a cookie. The picture is of my sister's dog, and right at the top of the photograph, you see this dark shadow. It's like the tail end of a milk bone or something, like a dog treat. And I wanted to commemorate another photograph that she sent me. I can see in the background my little niece's body in a little diaper, so I know that this was when they lived in Hawaii, and so hence the aloha part of the title. It does have it separate, like in two parts, the aloha mia and the you want a cookie part, because it's a little bit of an afterthought. I forgot all about the treat right at the beginning of the photograph, and so I added it right where I do, and I show it later on in the video. For now, I do want to say that I didn't know where to begin with this layout, and fortunately for me, I saw that Caitlin from Great Florals had offered some sketches. She has about 50 sketches available for her patrons on her patron website, I guess that's what you call it. And I used one of her sketches. Now I can't show the sketch, but I do try to follow it pretty closely. The only thing that she didn't have on her sketch versus what I did on the layout was, well, there's a couple of things, but I've mainly followed the fact that she had like a torn edge element, which I did. She didn't have the top right hand cluster, which I haven't done here yet on my layout, and it didn't have a doily on her sketch either. Mine is much more embellished, and her sketch was a lot simpler than my layout was, but I always tend to embellish heavily. With the amount of embellishments that I have, I like to add not as much as possible, but I find joy in putting all of these little things here and there and all around the page. And so that's exactly what I did. Now you saw that I did do some of these die cuts are from a Heidi Swap collection years ago. And what you were able to do is you were able to put the shine spray spray it onto these die cuts, and they had some resist patterns. This yellow, this yellow pattern that I did wasn't as bright as I wanted it to be because I used a Recollections shimmer spray that I had, and that one was too pastel-like. So I added a couple of sprays from the Heidi Swap in the color, I think it's called a butter color. And I put it on there wet, y'all. I just went ahead and stuck it on there because I wasn't going to wait for it anymore. I had already taken my time doing the other few die cuts that I did, and I only ended up going with two, the heart that's on the top right hand corner, and then the one that will be right over this love you tag right underneath the dog's picture or photograph. So here you see the second one that I used, and I used the navy color shine spray. It was giving me loads of trouble because my nozzle was clogged, and all you have to do is go and clean it in like hot water or something. Eventually it works, or maybe sometimes it doesn't, but I didn't want to deal with all of that. And I just sprayed water and kept spraying and spraying and spraying until it finally unclogged itself. So I did want to use a rather big font, and so I ended up choosing this one that has glitter on the top, and it's a different color, like a mint color underneath in the foam. So I like the contrasting color that it brings because it does go with the bright teal or minty colored banner. I did want to use this punch, and I tried to set it up next to the yellow heart, and I'm sorry I'm cropped in the top and the bottom, but I did end up using that title. Now here I'm trying to find what I call finishing touches, and I went through all the stickers, and I wanted to get things in into my clusters that would repeat. And so I did use the die cuts with the hearts in 2 of the 3 clusters that I have. I did use those tickets that I cut. I cut a green one, a pink one, and then another one that wasn't glittered. And so those were my bases for my clusters, and then I added things on top of that to go. I was able to use 2 arrows in 2 of the clusters, and then I didn't have a die cut in one of the clusters, which was fine with me. I don't mind. I don't mind not keeping everything specifically consistent, but I did raise them up with foam, the 2 hearts, and so I decided to use this butterfly instead of one of the die cut Heidi Swap ephemeras, and I liked the touch that that brings. I did end up using butterflies because to me they signify change, and Mia has passed on, unfortunately. This was one of my sisters, like this was my sister's dog, y'all. She really loved her dog, and so I really wanted something to look nice. Here you see me trying that punched leaf again, and I probably could have left it there, but for whatever reason, I felt like it was too busy. And even though this still has a lot of, I guess, decorations, for lack of a better word, it does have a lot of busy places on the layout. I I felt like it was a bit much. I probably could have left it there, but here I go. Still adding more details to it. Now, I did end up adding a border from crepe paper right underneath the photograph, and I took the insides of those scallops and I put them over on the top part of the blue paper that creates the long banner behind the photograph. And then I furthermore add these triangles that I found in a 6x12 sticker sheet from crepe paper, and I added these flags, so it kind of makes like a bunting on the top of that banner. And I added 2 extras, but the color schemes weren't really going with what I had on my layout, and so I took them off. Here I was trying to figure out whether I wanted to have typed journaling, which wasn't going to be much. It was going to be that subtitle, and I didn't like it because I didn't want to see those white pieces of paper, because if I would have typed it, it would have been in white or vellum. Probably would have been the better choice, but I decided against it. And since I was going through the stickers, through the sticker sheets that I had pulled out from my mini kit Monday, I figured that a flat alpha would be my best choice anyway, so that I could use some of these that I'm doing right here. And I rarely use them, so I wanted to use some of those up. Now, my intention with my mini kit Monday isn't to finish off anything. Mainly, I'm more interested in the fact that I can use things that I don't necessarily gravitate to all the time, or that I'm not, like, I want to rotate my things here in my scrap room because I do have a lot of it. I do want to make sure that I pick up things that I'm not touching on the regular versus trying to use them up, because I do like the combination of all the different not manufacturers, but collections specifically that I can interchange. So here you see me doing the title, You Want a Cookie, or the subtitle really. And I really like the touches that I do with the visual triangle. I do use this flat alpha for the subtitle. I put 2008 underneath the yellow heart on the top right hand, and then above the photograph I use the Sweet Memory sticker. So there's a craft color going around all 3 elements. There's also a visual triangle with that chipboard butterfly, which also has that craft color, and so there's various points of visual triangles with several of the clusters or the gold sticker hearts, which I already laid down as well. They're tiny. And the arrows is like 2 of them. They point to the photograph. And so I have several of those clusters in different areas that can make your eye go around the page. Here you see me putting in the year, which was 2008, like I had mentioned before. And I also put a You Are Loved word stickers with I think those comes from those come from Webster's Pages. Could be wrong. But that brings me to the end of my layout. I hope that you enjoyed. You can see several close-up pictures of the details that I have on my layout. I really enjoyed making this layout. I hope you go ahead and visit the other ladies that are participating in the Mini Kit Monday, including our guest designers, Kelly Oblak and Karen Yeagle, who's Yes Please Paper Crafts, here on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day wherever you are and stay safe.